Andy Hamilton of Trackwrestling here at the conclusion of day 2 of the C3 Iowa camp. We're here with Buena Vista coach Jeff Breese going into year 3 in Storm Lake. Can you give us a little bit of idea where you're at with the program, how far you've come here in the first couple of years, and what the program is like now versus what it was like when you took it over?
Yeah, I think when we first got there, just a huge culture change was needed, and that gets thrown around a lot when somebody new comes in. They always talk about culture change, but we really did need to change the culture. We weren't doing well in a lot of areas. We weren't doing well on the mat. We weren't doing awesome academically, and there was, some of the guys we inherited had kind of a defeatist attitude about things, and we really had to start bringing in guys that loved to wrestle, that really believed in our vision and believed that BV could be great again, just like it was way back when Baxter was there, when Coach Schwab was there, and just really buy into that. And little by little, we haven't turned everything around overnight. It's going to be a process, but we've had the conference freshman of the year each of the last 2 years. We've got a lot of guys that have come in that are maybe a little bit under the radar guys, but they're doing the right things, and they've made big strides. And it's really, people around the state and around all the states around us are really starting to take notice where, year 1, I'm calling guys going, hey, this is Coach Breese from Buena Vista. Is that an Iowa coach? Where is that at? And now, we have enough guys from established programs in the state, their teammates who are really good also know us, and there's interest, and they talk to their friends, and they know it's a good place to be. They're going to get a great experience out of it, and along the way, guys are starting to buy the vision of where we're actually trying to go with the program. So it's been a lot of big changes in 2 years, but we're at that point where we're getting ready to probably make a big jump in the next year or two.
So you were here since I got here, early this morning. What are your impressions of this event? These events are starting to pop up a little bit more. Obviously, Cliff Rentwell with Compound down in Georgia has done a great job with the couple that he's put on already. I think the first one we've seen in Iowa, though. What are your impressions of what you've seen so far?
I really love this one. I've been to a couple other ones at a couple other places, and when I was at some other schools before BV as well, and they do a great job with this one. It's well organized. Guys' shirts are labeled. You get a great info packet when you get here. I've been to some other ones that kind of promise that, but it's not quite the same. So this one's really well run. I think they do a really good job of kind of putting guys through the meat grinder. Like, today's a long day. They showed up at 9 o'clock. They got a 1 hour break between 9 and 3:30 when they walked out the door. So you see guys, whether they're going to be coachable, whether they can handle the grind a little bit, how they handle adversity, that kind of stuff. So you don't get to see that typically during the recruiting process. So that's great. But it's also, it's good to just see guys be in this atmosphere where they want to compete against other tough guys, and I think that tells you a lot about some of the guys that are here just in and of itself. Hey, I want to go wrestle a guy that's top ranked in the state, top ranked in the country. Let me go see how I do against him. That guy might be a good D3 wrestler for us. He may never get to the top of the podium in Iowa, but he's not afraid to go chase after guys like that either.
The hot topic right now in Division III wrestling is the realignment subject. Lots of passionate opinions on this so far that we've heard about. What are your thoughts on it, and where do you see the thing heading?
I can't even begin to tell you where I see it heading this year. It's kind of chaos right now. I think what's going on right now is not right. It's not fair. It doesn't even necessarily affect me at BV so much this year. It's just not right to have 19 teams, just bigger than the national tournament in half the regions, and then have less than 12 teams in another region. That's not right. That's just, whether it was done on purpose, whether any of that, that's something that needs to be fixed. On kind of the plus side of it, I think we do need to be more open-minded and look at maybe conferences breaking apart or that sort of thing down the road, because wrestling in D3 continues to grow. We've added 2 new teams in the East in D3 this week. So now if those guys come in next year, they got 23, 24 teams in a region in a couple of years. So we all have to be open-minded and look to have people shifting west. It doesn't make sense to have teams that are that, or regions that have 19, 20 teams, and then have really small regions over here in the central and the west, when we could all start to move west and even things out. What that looks like and who moves, I don't know, or how that will ultimately work out, but I think that's the biggest thing that needs to come from it. If you look at it from a positive perspective, D3 wrestling is growing that quick. that we have this problem. It's kind of a good problem, even though it's a major, in my mind, a major mistake to have the alignment that we have right now.